Hi everybody and welcome back to Getting There the podcast with me, Brogan. Now, today I'm sitting down with the powerhouse women behind Jet Set Lifestyle, Cassie, Leah and Rachel. We dive deep into the world of network marketing, how they are disrupting the travel industry, and most importantly, how they're helping women all over the world reclaim their freedom, build confidence and earn serious money, sometimes up to over £100,000 a month. Now, I'll be honest, network marketing was something that I used to think was a bit of a scam. But after watching my friend Cassie rise to the top and become an industry leader, my perspective has completely shifted. So if you want to get involved from anything you've heard in today's episode, please comment "Getting There" below and we will be in touch. Hello ladies and welcome to Getting There the podcast. How are we all?
Great.
Amazing.
Right, let's go round. Cassie.
Hi.
What's your lot? Cassie Rowan.
Yeah.
Okay. Cassie, and you are how old?
I am 38 years young.
Okay. Mother.
Yes, mother to one.
Amazing. Leah.
Leah Lockett, 36 in 2 weeks. No kids, no husband.
Oh, no baggage.
No drama.
baggage. Oh, are you single?
No responsibilities, single.
Oh, okay. This could be a marketing point.
Listen, she fucking does this on ours, so.
Do you?
Yeah.
Rachel, talk to me. Haven't you got like 500 kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 7,000 children, 47 next month.
Oh, wow. You look amazing. So how do we all know each other before we get to it?
Through the business.
So
you
Leah
guys
and
know.
I, we've been best friends for like 16, 17 years.
Amazing.
She basically prospected me, really.
As a friendship.
As a friendship,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, did you? You courted her.
She
Yeah, I
courted
did.
me. She courted me on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then I said, come round to my house. We were going to go out that night. We ended up smoking a spliff, drinking a bottle of champagne and never leaving the house.
Yeah.
That's
We
so
stayed
fun.
friends.
And
We are literally each other's soulmate, though.
Oh, isn't that? Do you know what I think?
romantic.
So many times we put emphasis on romantic relationships when
Not
you can feel
enough
so
on-
much connection and love through friends as well.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
We literally had a conversation about 4 months ago, randomly on the sofa after ignoring each other for an hour playing with our phones, and then turned around and I was like, I think I would have to die before you because I don't think I could live without you. She was like, no, I would have to go before you. And then we literally sat there and was like, and then we got really upset and we're like, right, back to ignoring each other for another hour. Like,
That is so cute. Well, listen, I've been so excited to have you both on. Leah, I've heard loads about you. Rachel, I stumbled across you on Instagram. And then I was like, this is your mate. Why don't you all come on?
Yep.
Because Cassie has been explaining to me probably, I think it's 2 years now, okay, what she does. And it goes in and out of my ear. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. But I know she's making a shit ton of money.
Yep.
So are you ladies. And you're helping other women change their lives. And I think that's a
Absolutely.
really important thing that you guys are doing and something that I really want to dissect today. And giving women their power back as well, because I feel like there's been such a shift that so much is expected of us as women. Like years ago, the homemaker was your role, and now it's like you've got to homemake, you've got to have a job, you've got to do everything else in between, and it's a really, really hard juggling act.
yeah, society expects you to work like you don't have kids and
Yeah.
have kids like you don't work.
So what is it exactly that you do, right? So you ladies are in the travel business.
Yep.
So how are you, who wants to start? How are you transforming people's lives, and how did this opportunity come to you guys?
I'll start. So my background is corporate. I went to uni, got the degree, did all the tick boxes that they con us into at school. Hit the age of 30, was earning decent money, but completely miserable in what I was doing. And the internet's existed for a long time, was looking at other people making money online, doing various different things, but I'd never seen anything that aligned with me that I felt like I could get behind. Came across a travel model online. Travel's obviously something that everyone knows, does, loves, posts about. And when I realised that I could monetize one of the biggest industries in the world through social media and through travel, I knew that I had to take a look at it. And that was all I knew about it at the beginning. When I got into it, I realised it was network marketing, which we'll come on to. And there was a bit of a stigma for me attached to what network marketing was because...
And did you have a large social media following?
No. Completely normal at the time. It's grown over the years. The last 5 years that I've been in the industry, I've started to treat it like a business and it now pays us like one. But at the beginning, a couple of thousand followers. Me and Cassie had a clothing brand before where we'd like built a bit of a personal brand, but nothing
Because some
crazy.
women think straight away, like, I haven't got a big following, therefore I can't do that.
Oh,
This
all
is
the
the
time.
big-
Oh, it's such a myth. So I've got people in my team and in nearly 7 figures that started with 150 followers.
Stop.
Yeah.
You have
One
to
of
build
our-
this,
It's a game
like, you
of pass
build
it on.
anything.
You're passing it on, you're passing it on, you're passing it on. You know, the girl that brought me into the business, had maybe 500 followers, but she understood the assignment. Bring Rach in. It's a game of pass. You don't need to have a massive following. Most people don't. Actually, it's a bit of a hindrance when you do, because I think a lot of people with big followings don't have the trust.
Yeah.
They
but
look
they
like
think
they're
you're
selling something. Oh,
Yes.
they're flogging another something. They don't really believe in it. You know, it's all about the trust, and a lot of people with the smaller followings have a bigger trust.
One of our ladies the other day in Ireland, she's got 765 followers. I went and checked the other day. She's just hit 1 million in sales in the last 14 months. That was a 10-year goal for her. Completely normal, middle-aged woman with no social media following.
And when you say 10 million in sales, 10 million that she's brought on other people into
She's in
business or
trouble.
booked
She's
travel.
she's booked travel for people in a network that she knows in person. She's gone out and had a normal conversation about something that we all talk about for free, and she's got paid in excess of 100k in commission for doing that
In 1 year.
in just over a year,
Just
14
over a year.
months.
Crazy.
No
Complete-
followers, no
following.
social media.
Then we've got another lady, for example, literally came into the business. She was like, look, she wasn't even introduced by me to the business, by someone else. And she was like, look, I don't want to do this as a job so much, maybe a bit of extra money here and there. I said, okay, no problem. She's like, I'm just going to get my pay. So I was like, okay. She was like, I was like, I don't know who you're trying to convince here. Like, do what you want. It's fine. I'm going to put a gun to your head. And then after 3 years, she was a top travel booker, and she went, do you know what? I want the passive income. I want to do what you're doing. Within 18 months, she's just about to hit a 6-figure passive income annually, whether she literally washes her hands now, which is willable to her kids.
Hi guys, me again. Sorry to interrupt this episode, but I have to tell you about Myco. Now, if you've been following me for even 5 minutes, you'll know I've been shouting from the rooftops about how functional mushrooms have completely changed my life. Brain fog's gone, my sleep is sorted, anxiety is down, and my energy is up. Now, a lot of you have been asking which mushrooms I use myself, and the answer is Myco's liquid mushroom extracts. All of Myco's extracts are grown in small batches in the UK. They are 100% organic and completely alcohol-free. These are truly the highest quality functional mushrooms available on the market. But guys, don't just take my word for it. Go and try it yourself. Go to mycodrink.com and use code Brogan for 10% off. Thank me later. Okay, but then there's the second half of the business, isn't it? Where essentially
The
you guys
money
have built...
bit.
Yeah. So what's that? So you can book travel, get some competitive prices, book for you and your family, which is like how much a month? I'm sure I'm subscribed to this, never used it.
£46 a month.
£46 a month. And you're going to teach me
Listen,
how
honey,
to...
you actually would be making money if you did something, because Brogan here has a 1-star director
Shut up.
under her. That I helped grow to
Stop
1-star
it.
director.
Brogan.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Right,
I
we're
don't
going
know
to
what I'm
teach
doing
you.
for dinner.
Oh, I'm trying to listen. It's been it's
Right,
a
we're going to
battle.
sort this out.
She's just sitting me down with me afterwards.
Yeah.
So that was the first part.
You're welcome.
And then the second part
yeah.
It's
is...
network marketing in a
Passive
nutshell.
income. So I did network marketing for 8 years before I joined this business. I was shit. Never made more than £500 a month. I was crap. Absolutely freaking awful.
But good on you for sticking with it for 8 years, though. Can we just say that?
Well, I didn't really have anything else to do. It was May as well.
bored.
What really did well, like a bit like I wasn't doing anything. I was signed up. I was paying my money. I wasn't doing anything. So when this, I hate the word opportunity. When this thing landed on my lap, I was like, absolute no, it's pyramid scam. Eventually thought, hang on a second, they look like they're having a bit of fun. And I actually started to do something. I joined a new company, this one, started to do something. I understood passive income. So passive income is something you get paid for the job you do once. So imagine I was an influencer.
Yeah.
I sell you product. I get paid once.
Yeah.
Every time somebody buys that, after I've promoted it, you get paid again and again and again and again. As an influencer, I don't. As a network marketer, I get paid again every time somebody buys it. So it's ongoing. I sell it once. If it sells again and again and again, I'm getting paid over and over and over. And that's powerful. So I went from going $500 a month to what I'm earning now.
Tell
just
them
because
what you're making now.
That was my next question.
So my paycheck monthly at the moment is sitting about $142,000.
Pounds.
Yeah,
A month.
a month.
A month.
I've got a question. I want to say, like, how are you spending it? I will say that at the end. What are you doing with your money?
Well, she
You-
doesn't
you
look
have
her
got
age,
the
so-
5,000 kids to feed, but
Apart from feeding 5,000 children and having a school in Kenya.
Yeah.
has she got school in Kenya?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we need to get onto this.
We've gone to school in Kenya. I literally just bought a house this morning. I literally all just went through this morning. So
Yeah.
that's my money gone. But apart from that...
So how long did that take you to get there, Rachel? And let's strip it
5
back.
years.
How did
5 years.
fucking super
It's
quick.
nothing.
So how did that opportunity present itself to you, and what were your steps?
A lot of
into the
people on
industry?
Instagram hounded me. At the time, I was traveling with my family. We'd caught a bit of traction on Instagram because we were that travel family that did it nice, not backpacky. So, have you seen that family? There's 100 kids. They're traveling. You must follow them. So when the opportunity landed in the UK, everybody was in my inbox. You must do it. You must do it. And I was like, no. And it was literally just persistence of one person saying, trust me, I'm going to show you how to make a load of money. Just give it a go. And I did. And I actually did something rather than not doing something in my other company. I did something, and 5 years on, and they kept saying it's not a get rich quick. It's not a get rich quick. I'm like, 5 years is get rich quick, right?
Yeah, we
Name one other
underestimate
business
power.
where
Yeah.
you can earn that amount of money in 5 years by just doing something.
And can I say this, or if I got it wrong, that you will continue to earn that for the rest of your life?
It will go up every single month forever and ever, and then it's willable to my
So
children
this,
as well.
this is the bit I was
is the
telling my
power of
boyfriend about it. He was
having
like,
yeah.
fuck off. I was like, I'm telling you, I'm sure this is right.
That was such a good Manchester accent.
And he was like, I was telling him, and he was like, no. And I was like, babe, I'm sure that's right. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
you're probably
No,
right.
it is.
Because I
And
do get it
willable.
wrong
It is.
sometimes.
But this
Don't
is
tell
the
him
thing
that.
as well. Like, people are uneducated in network marketing and don't realize how it works. And it's fine. I'm uneducated in other industries. I was a massive anti-network marketer. I said no to my best friend to do this for 6 months. My best friend, who, by the way, was maid of honor at my wedding, like literally has outlived that husband by miles.
Standard.
Godmother to my daughter. We've had businesses together. We've shared bank accounts and I trust this person implicitly. And I'm still like, no. We do everything together. And she went, babe, I'm doing this with or without you. I was like, no, you're not. You're not doing anything without me.
You're not going to go that
You're
far.
not going to do. You would never.
She
You would
literally
never.
did.
And then she did. And I literally was like, the fuck? And I was like, this is on the table for everybody and anybody. That's about this. You don't need to be an influencer. You don't need to have a big following. You need to work. But show me a business that pays you what we make by doing absolutely
nothing.
nothing.
So
And we'll
I
do
was-
shit.
I
How does
just
it work that you're
downstairs.
still being paid then, Rachel?
So
Like
think
royalties
about
in a song.
Yeah.
It's on the subscription. So everybody, when you join, you're paying the subscription. Right now, you're doing absolutely nothing with your subscription, but you're paying it every single month. So as long I've sold you a subscription to a platform, to a software that you can use however you want, the travel software. As long as you're paying your subscription, I get a thank you. So as more and more people come on every single month paying their subscription to have access to the software, we get paid every single month. So I'm getting paid for a subscription that I sold to one person 5 years ago because they're still buying the
But what if
subscription
they're
every
not
month.
paying?
You don't
You
get
don't
paid.
get paid on that.
So what I'm saying is it could happen, right? That loads of people, let's put it out for like, what the arguments say. That a competitor comes out and they all join then. That would mean that the money's not willable.
Well, the money is always willable. As long as you're making money and something happens to you, that money will go down. But the nice thing is right now, there is no competitor.
It's really difficult to set something like this up because the way that the software was invented, it's been going for 35 years. We've not invented it. It used to be shared face-to-face at travel events. But obviously the internet's happened and people have started to realise that they're sharing things every single day online for free anyway. So the marketing company that we're partnered with got hold of this software and started with a passive income model. So we've been able to share it online and educate people online for 10 years with it. And no other travel agency or software provider is doing anything like that. This is the only one in the market and has been for a long time. For somebody to set it up and get all of the accreditations that we've got and partnerships, it'd take years and hundreds of thousands.
People have tried.
Yeah.
They've tried. They've come and they've gone. But
Travel's
So
the
you
most
have to
highly
keep working at it, is my thing.
Yeah, I mean, to a degree, obviously, but that's to a degree.
How much do you work,
I will
Rachel?
now say that I am retired, and people go, but I saw you on a call this morning
Yeah.
with Leah at 6 o'clock this morning. You were on a call. I could work 70 hours, right? And I could work no hours right now and I'd still make the same amount of money because I have set up my business to work without me. And that's what we teach is leadership. And I'm setting up my ducks. Right now, after 5 years, I could walk away forever And as long as people are still joining, somewhere down in the business, I get paid. So I could theoretically retire now and still earn exactly what I earn.
So you guys have created a business within a business.
It's a system.
Right?
We've created a system, a model that is duplicatable.
Yeah.
And like that, when you say, like, when I say working to a degree, for example, let's say for argument's sake, 100 people pick up and go. We've done it once, we've done it again. We've helped thousands of people to generate an income. If 100 people picked up and left tomorrow, I would go out and help somebody to go and help 100 people. I don't have to go down a mine. I'm not in the trenches. Like, people are so scared of hard work, but they will literally go and work their 9 to 5 for 45 years.
Yeah, so if anyone's listening to this, then like, well, what is the work involved? Like, what are the first steps? Like you said, you danced with the idea for a bit. You did too. You kind of went straight in. Like, what are those first steps? Because obviously hearing like that vast figure can almost be... like, you almost feel like, oh, it sounds unattainable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially in the
100%.
first few months, if you only get 100 quid, you're like, I'm never going to be where Rachel is.
Yeah.
But what were the steps that all got you to where you were, and what is the work that's required of people?
This is the system, isn't it, Leah?
Yeah, so
Leah
the-
is fabulous with systems.
I live for a system. So when I came in, I had all of the same thoughts. My first paycheck was $4. It wasn't retiring anyone. But
You
what
have to start.
I danced at 250. I was like, can't believe I made 250 extra. Did you take
Listen, we all start in the same place, but what I could see was passive income. It's not attainable to people unless they're releasing songs like Mariah Carey that get defrosted annually and played November, December, and she's still getting paid 25 years later for it. So when I saw an option that was feasible for me, because I can't sing, to be generating passive income from something that everybody does, I knew that it was going to be a road that was going to start at zero. But the beautiful thing about our industry is we don't do it alone. The more people I teach to make money, the more money everybody makes, me included. And so it's a game of help somebody to help somebody to help somebody else. And so I thought, how can I help like millions of people with this? Systems. So I put a system in place that meant I could teach everybody what worked and what didn't work on the day that they came into the business, whether they were new to travel, whether they were new to network marketing. I could teach people the ABCs of it all the way through to how to speak to one person, how to book one trip, to how to turn that into 2, to how to help them turn it into 100. And duplication is the key in the network marketing element. And so what we've built between us now, which we've refined over the last 5 years, is a foolproof system that anybody can do. It doesn't discriminate age, gender, background. It doesn't give a shit if you've got a degree. If you come in and do it step by step, you will come out of it with a result at the end. It's a duplication factory.
And what are the summaries of those steps, though? What is
Conversation is first.
Yeah.
Conversation is key. People overcomplicate it. We say it all the time. Conversation is something that we do every day naturally. We sell every single day for other companies. We think nothing of it. We're sold to from the second we open our eyes, whether it's what we eat for breakfast, the car that we drive, where our kids go to school. Like, we're sold an idea, we're sold a product, no matter how individual you think you are. Yet when it comes to people selling themselves or a business or something they're passionate about, they almost recoil. And it's for us to teach people to monetize from something that people do day in and day out. All business is conversation. You literally just have to speak to people, educate yourself, and roll with confidence. It is that simple, and over and over and over again. When there's no money coming in, when there's no gratification, when there's no recognition, there's no awards, there's not thousands going into your bank account, that's when people go, this doesn't work.
Yeah.
If you go to the gym and you sweat your bollocks off for 10 days and you eat healthy and you don't get your ideal body, you don't go, this is a fucking scam. I don't make anything. You go, right, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it over and over and over again and get a compound effect. But too many people are not prepared to give the long-term vision.
What about people that don't feel comfortable speaking to friends or family and don't have a large following? What's your advice to them?
It's a sales job. And I say this to everybody that comes in. Predominantly, we're in sales. You're selling holidays and a service to people that want your service. You're selling a holiday software to people that want passive income. If you don't want to speak to people, you're going to struggle because you're selling. And the first thing I say to people is, it's a sales job. So we're going to have to go out there. We're going to have to show our faces. We're going to have a little chat with people. We're going to have to tell people what we do. obviously we're there to help people build confidence. For example, I just got out the car downstairs and there's this group of girls sitting outside Gale's, and they're like, Rachel. I was like, oh, hello. Hi. And they're sitting there and they're all together. There's probably about 6 or 7 of them. And they're like, we're in your team. Oh. And I was like, oh, but they're like, but we're so-and-so's team, so-and-so's team. So we're about like 7 teams down from you. I was like, oh, okay, girls. Like, and they're like, we're just having a little conversation. We're just teaching each other how to talk on social media. And this little group of people had gotten themselves together in a little like accountability group, and they were egging each other on to send a post while sitting outside Gale's, and I'm walking past, and they're making me money.
That is crazy.
They're everywhere. I went on holiday to Dubai, and my kids are literally sitting there on the sunbed, and every time somebody walks up, my little girl's going, she's in your team, she's going to come and say it. And I'm like, hi, Rachel. And my little girl Jasmine's like, I'm in your team.
So how does the teams work then? Do you, they're 3 different, how does that
So we
work?
all build our own.
We actually got our own
We've
teams.
all built our own business.
We actually work closely together, but don't financially benefit off each other at all.
No.
We're in
So why would you work closely together?
because we are the same brain.
And we've made more money.
We make more money.
Collaboration over competition. We teach people and empower mostly women, both of us, all 3 of us, mostly women, how to make money and step into the power. You just said before, how, what do we do if somebody's nervous? I have watched people morph from one version of the self into an entirely different person
oh my
in
God,
5
when we
years.
started, we were awful.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it
Terrible.
was bad.
Shh, tell me more.
We didn't know what we were
You
doing.
were giving them
Yeah.
6-page
War and
essays for
Peace.
people with information. I was
I
one
was
step
so
away from giving the
excited.
VAT number. Like, I was like, if I tell them everything, they're going to want to join. Like, this is the postcode, this is that. Everyone's like,
Nobody's good when they start. Like,
Messy
whatever you start,
action.
you're not
Yeah.
good at. You grow, and we don't expect people to be good at the start. As long as they're okay with sales and speaking to people, we can teach you the rest. We can build your confidence. We can put you in rooms and sit you next to people at tables that are going to help you.
And even if they're not confident, though, this is the other thing. Listen, it's great if you come in and you like us and you can talk and, you're confident. But some people come in and they're not in that position. But what happens is when you put them around people like us and they get on a Zoom and everyone's really positive and inspirational, they start to go, maybe I could do this. And they look around and there's another mum that looks exactly like them that's gone through the exact same shit that they've gone through. And she's just started to make her first £1,000 month and she's going, maybe I could put some food on the table for the kids. And it's honestly, it's so contagious that no matter if you're coming into this and you're thinking, well, I'm not like them, it doesn't matter. There's somebody exactly like you making this work because they're doing what we teach.
We've got some events coming up, and literally getting in that room at events will change people's lives because they're going to hear stories of every type of person that you can imagine is going to have a story. And your story will hit with somebody, your story will hit with somebody, their story will hit with somebody. It's about getting people in front of other people that they relate to. Because right now, we're probably not very relatable to people,
No.
in all honesty. People are like, oh, it's all right for her. She's earning up. Oh, I'll never do that. Well, do you know what? Come with me. Hold my hand. I'm going to sit you next to somebody that you do relate to.
So what level of support would people have then when they sign up?
So they basically have step-by-step guides to
Everything.
Yeah.
absolutely everything. And I
Yeah.
say to people, I can put you, people go, well, what am I guaranteed to make? And I'm like, listen, you can put me in, which I am. I'm in the fanciest, nanciest gym. I pay, hundreds for that eucalyptus towel to just dab on my head when I've done like 5,000 steps. But I have got the same equipment as Mr. Universe, who trains in there as well. I've got access to the same food, the same time, the same hours. I don't put in the same work. I don't have the same vision. I don't have the same goals. Therefore, I don't get the same results. And I say to everybody, like, I can give you everything you need. What are you going to do with it? That is how everything in life works. You have everything you need, but some people's goals might be a couple of hundred a month. Some might be 1,000. Not everybody wants world domination like
I
us.
scared
Weird,
the
I know.
shit out of somebody yesterday. I just assumed that everybody wants to be rich. So I'm like, right, here we go. Here's the blueprint. We're going to make you 100K. She was like, oh.
I just wanted a couple of
She went,
friends.
she went, literally said, I only want enough money to get my Botox done at the end of the month. I was like, oh, back it up.
And that's okay. Do you know what I say all the time? Like, sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, when I get a message from somebody, because I assume everybody wants
Me
the
too.
tens and tens of thousands, I get messages.
available.
It's available, but I get messages off like mums or women. Like I had a message off a mum not that long ago, and she was like, "Oh my God, Cassie, I just wanted to drop you a little message. I've just made like my first 3-figure pay." She was like, "I'm able to put my daughter in horse riding lessons. I've always had to say no to that. Like it's such an amazing feeling to know that I can do that." I swear to God, I was on like doing my steps, and I stopped for a minute and I thought, that's
what
so
it's about.
rewarding.
You didn't cry though, because I know you. I don't.
No, I
think
didn't
you
cry.
I don't cry about that bullshit.
I didn't cry. No, I was like, she made that.
No, you definitely did.
£300.
I was saying, you're about to get emotional then. I thought, don't
No,
come out me.
but I
You
used to
come
say
soft.
You say this, it's honestly,
It's
this
quite
is
emotional,
so,
It's
though.
emotional
fucks you
because,
up.
and I actually even said to Leah yesterday, I said, sometimes I have to sit and think, wow, like I am so grateful, because we become unrelatable that I have to go on my social media sometimes and talk about, hey guys, remember like I was the mum that lost everything in lockdown with a toddler under my arm. Like I had no personal savings left, nothing. Everything I put on the line for my clothing brand. Like we thought we were making it big time. We had contracts, we were going here. And I was like, I'm the girl that went on my social media and was like, so I've started this business. It's cost me 100. Everyone thought I was nuts. Everyone thought I'd started like sniffing glue in lockdown or something.
Yeah.
I've started a travel business, locked in my house. My partner's looking at me like, all right there, Jimmy, you know, like what the hell?
Tell me about the first conversation you had with someone. You must remember the first person you got over the line.
So my first conversation with somebody, I think I went straight to posting on my social media. I think that's the first thing I did. I think I just went, okay, I'm posting nappies every day. I'm posting bibs that, got sent this bib. Like Sally from Scunthorpe sat there going, oh, riveting. She's posting a bib. I just got out my own head and I went, if I'm recommending stuff for Zara for this, and at this time, Style Link didn't
Zara's
exist.
not paying
I
anyone.
wasn't getting paid for... Like I might get the odd £100, from somebody to post something. I didn't have a massive social media following, but I had quality because I was the girl who was on my social media with my 10,000 followers talking about how much I hated network marketers.
Yeah.
Ironically, I was like, they're like the door-to-door salesman of the Instagram world. I don't want to sell your lip gloss. Fuck off. Like, I was outing them. I was like,
She did?
because it was this whole, hey, Hans, it's like, hey, Han. And I was like, hey, like, thought someone was like, wanted to be my friend. Oh my God, I love your shoes. I was like, thank you so much. That's so nice. I sell lip glosses. Do you sell lip glosses? I was like, fuck off, Sarah. Like, and it was consistent. And that's why when I got into the industry, I was like, I don't ever want to be that person. I want to talk to people how I want to be talked to. So I was straightforward. I was like, guys, I usually fucking hate these people. I was like, but I found something that I have sat back for 6 months and guinea pigged my best friend out on. Like, I literally guinea pigged her. I'm not ashamed to say it. I was like, oh, she's got Brian Batumbo's going to call her. She's getting robbed £156. She's going to have some like scam alert from her bank saying that she's been robbed or something. And it never happened. So I was like, I've done it. I've guinea pigged out the person I trust and love the most in the world, bar my child. And I was like...
Debatable.
You do know that you're pretty much married as well. We're just going to bring that into
yeah. To
Aaron,
me.
we forget.
Yeah.
But when did you realise that was a reality, that she wasn't getting robbed, and you were like, what was the straw that broke
Because
the camel's back?
I am facts and figures. Show me the money.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. We had a clothing brand. I was like, show me the money. Listen, she used to shop on her social media. Like a lot of people go, I don't want to post on my social media because my friends will judge me. She'd post and I'd be like The Exorcist. Oh my God, she's talking about the travel business again. But do you know what? Her vision was like, mate, I'm doing it with or without you. I know what this is going to do for me. I've got long-term vision. And eventually she'd be like, oh, I've done this, I've made this, I've made that. And I was like, yo, show me your commission report.
Yeah.
Like, what are you hiding over there? She showed me and I was like, and it was hundreds. It wasn't thousands or hundreds of thousands like she's making now. It was hundreds. And I was like, I've just lost everything in lockdown. Like, I could do with a couple of hundred here and there. Like, I've just spent a couple of hundred on Amazon keeping my child entertained for the week. Like, go on then. Yeah, I'll do it. And I did it. And I just got out my own way because in the 6 months I watched her, she brought on everybody
In our mutual network.
People that she met at
on
my
her
wedding. I thought
Hindu.
she was going to sign up my ex-husband if I
Stop
don't
it,
hurry
you
up.
did. You were writing list.
Write it.
Stop.
Yeah.
Mate, I was like, if you're not going to do it and make
I wasn't
money,
doing it. I was a hard no.
If you're not going to do it and make money, then I'm not depriving all of these other people, because that person that she's talking about there is retired from this. Everyone I asked about this that stayed with me and followed it is retired.
So what is your approach to people when you're talking to them about it? What is your pitch?
I
know it's not a pitch, but
Yeah.
if you were going to approach people,
So
talk to me.
I've got something that will solve one of your problems. So I want to know, first off, more about you than I'm giving you about me or about the business. Everybody travels in some capacity. Nobody sits in the house for 365 days a year and doesn't book something that we can book. Then everybody's got a network of people that are in the exact same position. It's one of the biggest industries in the world. It's not cheap, which means it's got a shit ton of commission built into it. So I can either show you how to get paid for something that you and everyone around you is already doing, number one. I've never heard anyone in my entire life say, I don't want any more money. Billionaires, millionaires are always setting up other businesses, investing into other things, and therefore I can help people to make money through something that everybody does. The second problem, which was my problem, was I didn't have enough time. I was working a corporate 9 to 5 that was an 8 to 8, and I couldn't spend my money or go on the holidays that I wanted to. And the third problem that I can help people with is location freedom. So I wanted to travel. I didn't want to sit in shitty Manchester in the rain, waiting for the one day of sun that we had annually. But I couldn't get my holidays signed off. So I've got a vehicle that enables people to get one of, if not all three freedoms from it, from doing something that we speak about for free anyway. And so I want to know more about you. How can I help you? Cassie said it before, the mum that wanted to help her daughter with horse riding lessons. Let me show you how to make a couple of hundreds of pounds off one booking.
So how hands-on are you girls when people join then?
Very,
How does that
very,
work?
very
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will say to my team, begrudgingly, and I need to stop this. I'm setting boundaries. I'm not very good at it.
Then she breaks them like 5 days later.
I'm like, I'm available 24/7.
all the time. And I'm
You
like,
can call me 24/7, and it's like 2:00 in the morning. Rage.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what?
Fuck cheeky you.
Fuck off. I'm getting better with boundaries.
So if someone comes on board, how do you handhold them? Then
We
how does that work?
We'd plug them into the system, show them how to use firstly the travel product, how to use the software. I then do a 7-step sales funnel training that we've got.
Yeah, it's the same
because
thing.
it's sale. It's the 7-step sales funnel, you know.
So
Build
how
a
does that
relationship.
come in like a presentation?
We do a
form
lot
or
of, no, we're very face-to-face, online, in person, Zoom
and
calls.
we've built portals. We've invested. I don't even want to think about how much
A
we've
lot.
put into it. I'm going to say hundreds, thousands that we've put in of our own money, so that when somebody comes into the industry that's brand new, they've
Right.
got an online step-by-step module. It's like a virtual checklist. Have you done this? Yep. Go on to this part. Have you done that? Yep. Go into that part. And that's the blueprint that we were talking about before. And it teaches people anything from a couple of hundreds of pounds to hundreds of thousands of pounds, depending on how much time you want to put into it, how big your vision is, how far you want to go. And so there's nothing that we've left out. And when we started, we didn't have any of this.
No.
It
But
was
now
just us trying to work out how to turn something that we thought was great into what it is now.
We had to get Facebook pages. Like I can remember being like, oh, if you get this Facebook page, you can follow. I was like, Facebook.
I didn't have
like, is that even
Facebook,
going?
yeah.
I
We
had to get a
had-
Facebook account.
500 hours of training on a Facebook page at one point because I was just throwing stuff into watch this, and we've had to actually put it back into a simple blueprint that we now teach around the world.
Yeah.
Other leaders are going, you're making so many people, you know, all this money. What is the blueprint? Show me the blueprint. And it is literally a simple step-by-step. This is the product. This is network marketing. This is a sales funnel. Boom,
And
boom,
how long does
boom.
it take to go through that?
Oh.
Someone's going to sign
You could
up.
do if you was doing your mandatory training, so you're going to train on things like ABTA and ATOL because we're as regulated as anybody else is. You could do all of that in about 6 hours. Then the additional stuff that we teach you is ongoing. It's not something that you would just get into your head in a day. We do weekly Zooms, there's monthly events. We're layering your skills. We teach you to come in as a brand new person with no idea. And over time, if you stay plugged into us and the mains and the system, we will teach you how to go from brand new to, 6-7 figure income earner if that's where you want to go with it.
Yeah, it's very much a learn whilst you own kind
Yeah.
of business. It is. If you think, people will go to university for 5 years to be able to hopefully get a job that they want at the end of it and think nothing of it. Whereas you can come in here and start earning
straight
away. If you want to, you could be paid the next
Thursday. Yeah.
if you wanted to be.
So within 6 hours, you can be ready to roll.
But from the network marketing side, you could literally
You could do that
it straight
now.
away.
We could do
Brogan,
that now with no training. It's a conversation.
Look at you. Straight away when you came on board into the business, you recommended to a friend. I was on a call with her and she was in the business. You can recommend this to anybody and get paid. You don't have to do training to have conversations. I don't have to be a trained hairdresser to recommend my hairdresser. We have all the systems in place. You know, you can network through your network.
So what would you say the biggest thing you've all learned recently? You talk about this layering, yeah? What is something big you've all learned recently that you wish you'd known at the beginning?
Not everybody wants to be rich.
That's a big one.
Wow. I was like, sorry? What is it? Sorry?
You subscribed to the wrong thing here, hun.
Not everybody wants, and that was a big learning. I mean, for us, it was
Yeah.
massive that not everybody wants to be rich. And I had to get my head around that. Like, how can I teach you something if you actually don't want to be rich? So that was something that a bit later on, you had that as well, didn't you? It was like...
I used to try and carry people with me to the finish line and put people on my back. I knew where I was
Messiah
going.
complex,
Yeah,
we're
I
going to
did.
save the world!
I felt like I was like Jesus. I'd found this thing and I could save all the people and teach everybody how to make money and have all this freedom. And I wanted it so hard for the people that didn't want better for themselves. And so for me, it was like a real slap in the face having to like unlearn that, because the right people will come with you. And we always say we'll walk with the walkers, run with the runners. But if somebody's not coming, we do just have to leave people where they are. But what we've got access to is the greatest industry in the world, in my opinion, now that I understand it. And I used to hate on it because I didn't understand it, but it provides a level playing field for a completely normal person to live an extraordinary life.
Definitely. Network marketing, I say all the time, there is not a degree I could have got to earn the income I'm earning now.
So how much are you earning? You was quick to ask Rachel. We're going round.
In the 20s a month.
What was your last paycheck?
My last one was $23,000 a
Dollars?
month.
Pounds?
A month, yeah.
Jesus.
Probably about 55k at the minute monthly.
Wow, it's a lot of money, girls, isn't it?
I used to
It's a
earn
lot
that
of
I
money.
used to earn that in a year with a degree and a royal charter.
That's
It's
crazy.
my monthly
Yeah,
salary.
but that's the power of network
And it's
marketing.
available to
But it sounds more
everybody.
powerful than that, because it sounds like the community you've built is
It's-
equally
oh,
as
it
powerful.
is.
And second,
It's
and I
wild.
wasn't here for the community. Like
Introvert, extrovert.
I'm a massive introvert, extrovert. I can remember Leah saying, you know, come on, do this. We can build this community. And I was like, oh my God, like Dracula.
My
in
toes!
this song, my
I know her.
toes.
She'd be like, my toes
Oh
are
my
squelching.
God. I was like, no, because I'm a big introvert, extrovert. And there's a lot of people are. But you know what? Honestly, one of the best things, some of my best friends now are in this business
and
with me.
she tried to stop this for so long. She's like, I don't know these people.
Oh, she's like, I was like, oh God.
Do you not find it exhausting speaking to people all day?
Yes.
How
Yeah.
do you set that boundary?
We-
or are we not there
I
yet?
don't have that
people
boundary yet.
So I'm introvert, extrovert, and we'll have an event tomorrow. And I have to say in the car, it's okay to be touched.
Yeah.
It's okay
We
to be
did it last
touched.
weekend.
People are going to touch you and spit on you and stroke your head. And,
In a nice
and,
way, in a
and
nice
kiss
way.
you like you're fucking God. It's okay, Rach. And I sometimes have to I think you have to put your two personas on, don't you? You go in, hey, and then I go home and I'm like, don't speak to me.
It's like somebody's unplugged you at the mains.
It's like
when you
you're-
leave a big event like that.
Yeah.
The levels that it's got to now, there's thousands of people in the rooms that we train on, and everybody wants to come and say hi. And it's because of and listen, I love that, and I'm not really a people person, and I always say this, and
So good we all get on.
I always say, I know, yeah.
I mean, we have nothing in common.
I say I'm not a people person. I wasn't a people person, and I wasn't emotional either. I found this industry. Listen,
stop fucking crying
I
since she
fucking cry all
started.
the time, mate. People die in my family, and I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate.
Thank God.
Yeah, like, don't let the fucking door hit you on the way out. But then here, like, I genuinely feel like I've got a level of responsibility, and I've got something where I've been able to, I've retired hundreds of women, and I've helped thousands bring in full-time income, side income, life-changing income. And when I watch somebody else, you included, hit these six-figure ranks, multiple six-figure ranks, leave a will for my
willable
goddaughter
income,
and her daughter, passive income, I'm fucking crying like a baby at the front of the room.
But she has been saying for the last
I've
3
I've
years, she
stopped
goes,
saying
I
it
never,
now.
I never cry but this. And I'm like, you
don't-
have to stop
no, I
saying
don't
that
cry
because
at,
people
like-
come to the next event. You're like, I never cry. It's like, if only you got paid commission on that, she'd be like, rolling in.
Mate, but do you know what
That's
it is?
It is. It's. Do you know what it is? And it sounds
It's
so
so
corny, but it
impactful.
sounds so corny. And I am like the least corniest person.
This is why it makes me
Liar.
laugh.
Yeah, but I.
It sounds like there has to be some truth in this because she's like loving her community, loving her job. She can't keep the mask on for this long.
No, listen. Some days,
That's
don't
what
get
I
me wrong. I
mean.
get a text. I'm like, hang on a minute, and then I'm like,
Oh, you've done that to me about 10 times. I was like, I don't get it. She's
Brogan,
like,
honestly, it's like
have you read
having-
our messages?
It's
I'm
like
like, I still don't
having
get
a
it.
sea lion that's
was
running out
weirder,
of water.
though.
It's like Brogan messages me flapping, and she goes, "You need to hold my hand and talk me through it." And I'm like, "There's a step-by-step guide. I'm
but
not
I'm
going to
not
jump
gonna
on.
read that.
But that's your issue. Then.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
need to sit here.
So I was like,
You
no,
are
no,
the
no, no, but if
person.
you tell me, I get it, yeah?
I'm going to read it out to you.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
not
yeah.
blind. I was like, you're not blind. I'm not
I said, can't you find someone in the UK to come sit with me?
That's
If I had a penny or a pound for every time
literally
someone
said
says,
this to me.
but can I just come and sit with you? And I'm like,
No, I'm an introvert.
with me. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. No, I mean, I will.
It's mad, but this sounds so corny, but genuinely, and it sounds so corny to make me laugh because you know I'm not like this. So when I say it, genuinely mean it.
Oh, your
I
toes
have-
curling. You're just speaking.
I have genuinely found my purpose.
Yeah.
Like I cannot tell you how
too.
fucking
We've gone
rewarding
soft.
it is. I've
We
always
have.
We've gone
listen, but
soft.
we have because we've always had businesses. We've always like made okay money, but it's not been rewarding. This is the thing. Like I could sell nice dresses. I could do cute beauty. I could sell this and that and the other. But genuinely, when I get that text of somebody like 300, I'm like, fuck me.
People-
like, I did
people
that. Like,
retire
if it
it.
wasn't for me,
Yeah.
if it wasn't for me, like that person may not have had that message the other day from a girl. Like she's made
Her
in
daughter
first
wasn't
week-
going horse riding if you didn't.
another lady, 150 quid she made. She was like, Cass, thank you so much for that. She went, that's amazing. She was like, I couldn't have done that without you. Super cash, wasn't deep, but I thought,
No,
that's
you're
really
right.
nice
I did
because
help you do that.
help you
It
do
is
that.
a
Another one,
feel-good.
100 grand a year she's making, and she's like that. I couldn't have done it without you. And I'm like, you could.
So what's the crack
Could
then?
imagine.
You guys making like proteges of yourselves to go on and do this just because obviously it's going to
Yeah.
come to a point where you can't have this many people can't have touch bases with you. Like it is going to.
So what we're doing is we're
this.
passing it down, and
Yeah.
we're creating leaders for leaders. And I always say to somebody, the quicker I can get you independent, the quicker you're going to make money. And what I've created and what we've created
Yeah.
is lines and lines of little. I'm not going to say mini us because you can't.
They're
be, you
authentically
can't
them.
Be
Just
us,
other people that
but
can support women
yeah.
the
who
way
can
you have.
understand the
Exactly.
system
Yeah.
and pass the system on. It's like we always say it's a high tech game of follow the leader, but it's a high tech game of follow the system.
system.
It's a system, and if you can get people who can understand the system and pass the system down and become independent, that's all we've done is create this whole hub of independent, strong women who get it, who have like power, who have work ethic, and are like, I'll take the box and I'll pass it on to this person. I'll take the box, I'll pass it on to that person. And that's all we're doing is we're passing it along. I always feel it's not down. It's like we pass it
nobody
along.
feels
Just
bullied.
pass
we
it
can't
along.
make money if we don't help
Help other
people,
people.
make,
Yeah.
people make money, and that's a massive misconception here,
Big
isn't it?
Yeah.
one.
We get a tiny match, never a cut. We never
No.
take money off anybody. We
Never.
get a tiny match of what we help people make. The reason we are making what we make is because of the vast numbers of people that we're now helping to do that. So people always go, oh, I hear that network marketing, only people at the top make money. Where is the top? Because we out-earn people that have been doing this for 9 years.
I earn out.
There is no
Rachel
top.
does,
It's a
both
level
of us
playing
do.
field.
Yeah,
We earn out
I always-
everybody above us.
I always say make that make sense. If this is a pyramid, then I joined 66,000th down
My
the
rep
line, and
numbers,
I'm number one. Like make that make sense.
Yeah,
I-
who is the top earner? You.
Rachel.
Yeah.
In the world or UK?
World.
In the world.
Yeah.
Who's second?
in the whole world.
What do you
We're
think?
coming to take her out.
Not before I get to sign the Willable over to us.
I know Shaq said I haven't done my willable income
Oh,
yet.
fucking we have
No,
not.
we
I haven't
haven't.
done
We
it
say it
yet.
every week.
Don't
It's
please don't
awful.
take me out before I've signed
don't.
it
No.
because I need to get that done.
And what do you think has made your program so much more successful or your business?
My community. It's community. I built a business on friendship and community and empowering women, and that's it. And I just have so many women who are just linking arms. And I think within business, you're not alone. I didn't go into this thinking I'm going to make money. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be a millionaire. I went in it going, I'm going to help other people make money, help other people get rich, make other people millionaires. And I'm going to help them link hands with other people. And that's what it was, community based. I always say, let's get sticky. I'm like, come on guys, let's get sticky.
So how do you find that balance then with having four? Was it
I've got 4 kids.
4 small kids.
I've had to put in boundaries, and I'm so shit at it.
Terrible.
I did this thing where I was like, guys, I don't call me before 11 o'clock because I'm not picking up the phone before 11 o'clock. And then I'm at 5:30. I open my eyes now, and they're like, Rach, it's not 11 o'clock. I'm like, it's 11 o'clock in Asia. Yeah. It's hard. I've had to put boundaries in. And that for me is like the hardest thing I've had to learn. I even had Fraser Brooks. I said something on my Instagram stories today about, that's it. I'm just doing this and I'm doing this. And he was like, oh, good girl, boundaries.
Well done.
How long is that going to last?
5
Because
minutes.
really, you could just stop now and go and run off into the sunset
I
and
would
be with
so
your husband and kids.
Oh, would you want? I would not want to do that.
Yeah, she
I'd
said she'd
kill him.
kill him.
I'd kill him in about 2.5 seconds. He keeps saying to me, are you going to retire me? What?
Oh, does he do it as well? Interesting to talk about this.
Well, no, he's in finance, but with my income now, he's like, I could retire, Rach.
Yeah.
I could be a house husband. It's like, don't you get ideas? Don't you dare.
We said it'd give you the ick.
It'd give me the ick.
It'd
it would.
give
But
me
Do
the
you know what
Yeah.
else
ick.
gave me the ick today? Completely
on.
irrelevant. But men doing push-ups on their knees. I went
Ew,
home
no,
and I was
that's
like,
a
No, I
Justin,
don't
a man.
Why
And he's
would I
like,
do
that's
that?
not a man though, is it? And I was like,
Worse than that.
he was on his knees.
No, worse than that, when they're on their knees doing the wheelie thing. You know,
Yeah, that's the ab roller.
Do you know
Yeah,
what
I
gave me
can't.
the
No,
ick?
a push-up on your thing.
Do you know what gave me the ick the other day? A man swimming and his feet were flapping about weird behind him like a
no.
salmon, and I was like, eh.
I mean, we could talk a whole
But then
load
I was
about-
thinking maybe I'm becoming more butch because he gave me an ick, another person on the left side, because I was like, I'm lifting more than you, and then maybe it's just me, in my head I'm like, it's on competition. You're
don't
on
worry,
your knees, and I was like, these are men you're making invisible races
don't get
with.
me started on men's
This
ick. I
is
went
the
viral
problem.
on this.
We've got all these women who are now getting the ick about guys because we're like, where
Me.
you can't find a man
Yeah,
because they're all
me.
ick.
Do-
Like,
and
you
do you
don't.
think
She is
they're like-
vile to the no. She just tells.
Oh
us-
my God,
she
I'm
literally-
fucking disgraceful.
Hang on, let
I
me
need
tell the story about the most recent
section it.
one.
No, let's not let her speak for herself. Yeah, you're right. Come on, tell us about
she'll
reasonable-
try-
Oh, it sounds better second hand.
No, because she'll try and be
She
like,
overheard
you
it.
know,
It wasn't
this,
that
and the
bad.
other.
It was
It's
bad.
Literally, she met this guy, really nice
Which
guy.
one?
She
I
was
don't
like,
know what we were talking about. Oh yeah.
she met this fuck.
What did you just do that? What the fuck?
Because I never
Did
remember.
he have a moustache?
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Oh, done. Over. Finished.
Mr. Mustache's got to
for
go.
ages.
Mr. Mustache's got to go.
He's gone.
He's gone now anyway. He literally, she was like, oh, he ticks all the boxes, this, that, and the other. But I mean, he only makes like 6 figures a year. And I was like, oh, right, okay. She was like, and then he like,
Which
made a-
sounds like I'm being a dick, by the way, but let me just explain that before you go on to it. I'm making nearly 6 figures a month with the next rank that's going to come before the year's out. And so my life has changed so dramatically, the way I travel, where I would stay, how I do things. So I don't think I've got high standards because I don't fucking flinch meeting my own standards. Now, when a man is trying to provide the way that men think that they need to provide for a woman, what they find is they can't do it, and so they become insecure, and there starts to be this weird barrier where suddenly, what you've just said there, I'm like the man, and I don't want to be the man, but they can't do the things that I would do for myself. And so what happened is I could sense this a mile off. My last relationship ended because I made the guy feel insecure.
Because they were insecure about what you were earning.
What she was
yeah.
earning.
So does that think the next relationship maybe you won't tell people, or how are you going to work around that? Because that's always going to be a problem.
I don't talk about it ever, but when it comes down to it, 2, 3, 4 months down the line, holidays start to come into play. I want to travel the way I travel. They wouldn't book that way. I then start to say, oh, maybe like I could just use my air miles, which was what happened in this
And
situation.
I
Go on,
don't,
what happened with
and
the other
I
one?
don't disagree. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong. Like, he probably wouldn't go out with her if she was but ugly, so she doesn't need to go. Do you know what I mean?
I
Like,
know, men are
stand
so
by-
quick to
Yeah,
say that.
I
If
stand
you were
by
like
this.
25 stone, had 2 teeth, they wouldn't go, but I love her all the same.
Listen, and this is the thing. There's loads of rich people. There's loads of not so rich people. And if you're into one, like pick the one that's got the money. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? and I said to her, I said, you're obviously not into him because your ex-boyfriend didn't earn that much money and you didn't care. I said, but you do care, so you're not that into him. And I don't disagree with everything you've just said about the income and, you know, that's your standards, fine. I'm not going anywhere in a boat either, like a, pound in the rock. It's just not happening. But I am brutal. Like, I have that disease where I have to say what's on my mind. I don't know if it's contagious because all of a sudden I said to her, like, you know, you've just got to say it, thinking she would ponder on it, she would digest it, she would sugarcoat it slightly. I literally
like
went into the bedroom to pick something up, come back. She's just pulled out an AK-47, put it through the phone and just like on taking him out.
What did you say?
I said, I don't want to waste your time or mine, which I fear I've already done.
You don't earn enough money.
But this is I said this is not going to work. This is not. I didn't put you don't. I did put that. But
you did.
I put some kind of like candy floss around it and some bells on it to make it a bit more.
So how
appealing.
did you candy floss it up?
I put the income disparity is too great, and it's causing a problem. It's causing a problem already because what happened is I'd booked business class flights for us using air miles. He'd like pulled his face about it, and he said he'll travel separately to me. I said, I don't want to sit where I'm sitting while you're fucking duct taped to the back of the plane so you can save £500. Like, I'll just fucking pay for the flight, sit with me. So I did that, made it go away.
Did he come on the flight? Did you make it to the holiday?
I fucking cancelled it before we even went.
So God, so you said, look, I don't want you down with the engine anymore.
He's going to hate me for picking this up.
Oh, this is going to go fucking fire. So I said, come and sit with me in a chair. Yeah. It'll be nice.
They'll give you water.
They'll feed you.
Yeah, you get a blanket.
Is this on the phone or face to face? You said,
this was on the phone. I'd done that. That was the first barrier which I overcame. Second one was when we were booking hotels. He'd said, I got this really nice hotel in Sri Lanka for about a third of what it should have cost from my business. And it was a spa hotel in the side of a mountain. So he sent me the spa menu. And in the spa menu, $150 for a massage, right? I think that's fucking reasonable, by the way. We paid $400 in Orlando, and I was like, that's a little bit expensive. Give me 2.
I remember being like, I think they've added up the massage wrong.
But
so he sent you the menu.
He was like,
it's a little bit pricey.
He said, just to let you know, I won't be getting a massage from there.
I can
go down the beach.
No, he didn't.
We can go down the beach and get one for 20 quid. And I just immediately, I said, I'm going to have to end it. She said, why? I said, the massage has sent me over the fucking edge. Yeah. And I texted him saying, this, your way of thinking, scarcity mindset, and the income disparity is too much for me. This is not going to work.
And he said, agreed.
Flights. No, he rang me for 5 hours and tried to talk me
saying
out
he was, I'm actually in the top 1%
Yeah.
of the country. I thought, and then I said, what's giving me more of the ick is he should have turned around to you and gone, fuck off.
Yeah.
And then he literally got a PowerPoint presentation, pulled out a big stick and started talking about his income, what he made. I was like, mate, I had your back for a minute. Now, like, you don't have a backbone. Like, fucking hell.
Did you stay on the phone to him for 5 hours?
No, not that long. But then, yeah.
So what about you then, Rachel? So I'm assuming when you met your husband, he was the breadwinner?
He's still the breadwinner, so I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay. Is there been a shift though? Like,
Yeah,
obviously you were a homemaker with all these kids, and now you're like, I can do shit too.
It's a text. Rach, you couldn't just like transfer 20k, could you? Why? Well, just because. I'm like, well,
Papa needs a brand new bag.
I was like, yeah. And I was like, what was that for? He goes, listen, I have been looking after you for the past 15 years. It's about time you looked after me. I was like, no, we're not even going there.
You're getting taxed.
Stop.
Yes,
Stop.
Husband tax.
He's very good because he knows that I'm a bit of a princess, but I also want to be like powerful woman.
Yeah.
So we've been together 15 years. He knows when I come in, I need it. I tickle my feet, tickle my head, do this, be a man, change the light bulb. And then I'm like, right, bitch. And I walk out the house, he's like, off she goes. So I'm very lucky that I found the dude that understands when I need to be in my power and when I need to be a princess.
Does he need to help you with all your money, like put it in certain
He
places?
does.
Is he like, Rachel, know this, like, I need to look after
don't know.
it?
Like our accountant
told
texts
me that he
me.
spoke to your husband.
I don't know.
yesterday, not
I've
you.
never done any accounts ever. my accountant speaks to my husband, my team speak to my husband if there's any money things. Like, he is literally, I'd be lost without him.
So if you came home, you were like, look, I just bought a new bag. It's like 35 grand. And you'd be like, Rach, you don't really need to do that. Or
Tell
you'd be
them
like, you
about
go and
the
do
car. Let's
on,
tell
it's
them about the car. Let's
No,
not
do it.
Let's
No,
not,
never mind the bag.
forget the bag, babe. Come on.
I bought a car.
What car?
Which car? Yeah.
I bought a Ferrari.
Yeah. So it sounds practical with all the 4 children.
Totally practical, but
Even better.
I was
But didn't
just-
tell him.
No, I did. He said, Rach, there's a Ferrari. Do you want, shall we get you? Yeah, but I have to pay it. So I'm like, there you go. Actually, I'm actually not paying for it. We worked out that he's actually paid for it.
Because he's
He
paid
just-
for you for so
but
long.
no,
And you're like,
he's actually
125K
paying
a month
for it, but
is fun funds.
he's just allowing me to think that I've paid for it.
Oh, that's so
But
cute.
he's actually paying for anyway. So it's in the garage, and then he's put this ghost alarm on it, and it's like Morse code. So for anybody who has cars and they for insurance reasons, you have to put this like ghost code. We have to do. You have to do all this stuff before it even starts. So it's in the garage. I can't fucking get the alarm off, so I can't reverse it. So it's been sat in my garage for 6 months, not moved, because every day, and he teaches me how to do it. He did it last night. He went, last time,
I know,
mate,
she said
beep,
I
beep,
need to
beep,
go.
beep, beep,
Just get a
beep,
driver, you
back.
know, you
And I
tight
got in the
bastard.
car today, and I was like, beep, 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 beep,
Boom.
boom.
that's it for today. Out the car.
I said, this fucking car is going back.
Yeah, is it gone now?
No, it's still
sat in
sitting
the
Because it
there.
looks pretty.
I'll attempt to take it out tomorrow.
Every time
I
she
just
comes and
can't
meets
get
me,
it
I'm like,
out.
why are you not in the car?
I can't reverse
I don't
it
know how
out
to
the
get it out of the
garage.
garage.
So are you in the UK?
Yeah.
I fucking listen. I've got a glorified wardrobe in Manchester that I like go back to, pack,
Touch
and then
base and go.
Yeah, unpack and then go again.
So what is next for each of you? Let's wrap it up with that.
World domination, man.
Is there
Yeah.
ever an end? I don't think there is.
Well, what I'm saying is you're sitting here today and there could be an end, but you're choosing not to. So
Yeah.
I'm curious
Yeah.
what's driving that.
I think it is when you love what you do, and I hate that, like, oh, when you love what you do, you don't have to work a day in your life. But genuinely, at the moment, like, I get up every day and I love what I do. Like, I love the boring, mundane, step-by-step things. Don't get me wrong, there's days I want to smash my head through a brick wall when I answer, like, the same question. But I genuinely love what I do. I love what I'm building, and I love where I'm going. And I just know it's going to get bigger and bigger, and I'm going to help more people. And I do genuinely just want world domination. I want Rachel's first spot on the leaderboard.
Yeah. How long have you been number one for?
About a year.
Good though. You've held it for a year. Is there like someone coming up behind you?
No, they fucking know.
There's
innit?
people. No,
They can
No.
try.
They can try.
They can
So what's next for you, Rachel?
I don't ever want there to be an end. I mean, my big thing was public speaking. I was petrified of public speaking. I couldn't.
Surprises me.
I know, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're safe behind a screen.
Yeah.
It's fine. But my big thing now is actually I'm public speaking around the world, and I want to explore that because I've gotten over my fear. So for me, that was a massive, massive thing. So for me, I think it's just like keep going. I don't even say it. I'm just like, I feel like we just keep going in it. It's just like you can't say I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, because it just lands, and we're just like, we'll go with it. We'll go
But
with
not only
it.
that, like what you've
started.
taught your kids. Do you know what I mean? You've taught them so much just by doing. Because everyone thinks you teach your kids stuff, but you don't. You teach them by showing them.
Oh, they watch everything. They
Do you know
watch
what I mean?
everything.
I had
Yeah.
Petra the other day. I was hitting a massive like personal goal in business in January, and I took myself off and moved in with Leah for 3 weeks. I was like, I need to be away. I need to
Focus.
focus. I need to get it done. And I was on the phone to Petra, my daughter, and I was like, I was so close, and it was like, oh, am I going to do it? And listen, it was all just on me. There was, no one's under anything to do anything. It was just a personal thing. I had to get it done. And I was on the phone. I was like, oh, Mummy will be home in 7 days, like hopefully I'm going to get this done. And she went, Mummy, you will, because you always tell me that I can do anything I put my mind to. So of course you can. And I thought at 6, that was exact. She didn't flinch. She didn't think about it.
No.
It was like, I've always thought, Mummy's going to do this because I need to go. I need to show you that I'm going to hit my goals and I'm going to do what I need to do, so you will always know. And I thought, she gets it.
So
like, she knows
beautiful.
it. Yeah, it's lovely. Who am I? Who am I?
So there will be tears soon.
Well, then my kid
I'm
rings
already
me.
feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah, but then backfired. My kid calls me from school today. I'm just going to bunk off. Why? So she goes, because you never got any grades and you're doing all right. So why should I
this
stay
will be me.
here? I was like, this
Because
is
we've got a
that's
Ferrari
it.
at home, Mum. Don't matter if I don't go to school or not.
We'll just wing it like you did, Mum.
Yeah, she'll just have to go home and blow the blow the cobwebs off the Ferrari. I've got nothing else to do,
My
Mum.
mum must look back at like all the hundreds of thousands she spent in private education and go,
What a
the
fucking
fuck
waste.
was
What
that
a
about?"
waste.
What the fuck? I could have about it. I could have been Rachel and had a Ferrari parked in the garage for 6 months. It's
and what about you, Leah? What's next?
My my business, I was talking about this to Rachel yesterday and Cassie last night. 90% of my life looks exactly how I want it to look. My business is perfect. I'm moving on to the next stage of being able to educate more people in the world, not just in our company, about how incredible the industry is, and actually as a woman that you've got options and you are limitless. So that's what we're doing with the public speaking and the books and the podcast and everything else that we're doing. But I need to focus more on my personal life. I've got so embroiled in helping other people that when I'm at home in that apartment, I feel like I'm sat in a waiting room. So I said to Rach, and it's such a weird, probably wanky thing to say, I've made so much freedom for myself that I don't know what to do with it when I'm not working. And so I need to look at what I want in the personal life, business and career-wise, couldn't be any more fulfilled, but something...
But I don't think you have it all at once. Like, I don't think you could have, like... And people say this, they're like, oh, you know, it's all about balance. But I don't believe balance.
such thing as
I think if you
balance.
want to get in front, you've got to be in the rat race.
Yeah.
Like, I have had probably like the busiest. Honestly, anyone that was texting me the other day, I was like, I can't see. That's the way I felt. I was like, I've got like 82 unread WhatsApp. I can't see. I've got this big boxing event.
82
People
sounds like
forget I'm a
lovely.
mum. I know, but they're all people that like decisions rely on what
Need
I've
it
got to
now.
do for these things.
Yeah.
But I can't work a computer yet. Like Cassie will verify
hell.
that. Lost the assistant. Lost the boxing coach. I'm in charge. This is how dangerous this is. Of 487 people's dietary requirements and put them in an Excel document. I can't do that. Yeah. But my point is that there comes times in your life, in whatever you're doing, that you have to sacrifice.
Yeah.
That I don't think balance does exist. You have to be in the rat race.
It doesn't, and that's the point is I have sacrificed fucking everything for the last 5 years to do what I've done and to get to where I have got to. But like you said before, we are at a point now where there's a system in place, everyone is getting the support, and I can start to think about what that looks like, but that's scary for me because I've not got a fucking clue what to do next in that area. I don't know where I want to
It'll
live.
come, though.
It will, but I've got all the
Yeah,
time in the world and
exactly.
all the freedom to go and see what that looks
So,
like.
so for anyone listening to this, what are we doing? How can they get involved? What are we going to put? We put comment Brogan or something. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, listen, ladies, thank you so much for coming this afternoon. I feel
Thank
like
you for having
it's not
us.
going to be the end of you three. I look forward to having you back on when you're all like joint number one.
Yeah.
But for anyone that's interested, we're going to get into comment. Getting there. Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.